When you create an order form, you have the option to add an order bump. They give your customers a chance to add something to their order when they check out, just by checking a box. You've probably seen this before, looking something like this. Think about the last time you went to a grocery store. How easy is it to just grab a candy bar or a coffee drink at the last second, just because it's within arm's reach at the checkout line? Order bumps are just like those tempting checkout line snacks. When your customer is already in the process of buying from you, it's easy for them to grab something sweet or salty on the way out. For example, say you're a coach and you sell a fitness membership program. With an order bump, you could offer weights, bands, or a couple of introductory private lessons right on the order form. In this video, I'll show you how to add and set up order bumps to your order forms. It only takes 4 steps. First, you'll add an order bump element to your form. Then, you'll edit your product settings. Third, you'll customize your content to fit your offer, and you'll wrap up by styling your order bump. Let's get rolling. First things first, you'll add your order bump element to your order form. Once you have an order form block on your page, grab this order bump element. Drag it over your page and place it in the same block as your other order form elements like this. As long as it's in the same block, you can put it wherever your heart desires. If you want, you can add more than one order bump. Doesn't hurt to give people options. Once that's all set, you can start editing your product settings. To do this, hover over your order bump element. You can edit it by clicking on the element itself or go to this settings icon. Go to Edit Product Settings. You can now add whatever it is you want to offer in your order bump. To learn more about how this part works, check out our video on types of offers. You'll find more details about customizing the pricing of your product there. When you're ready, click Done. 2 steps down, now it's time to customize your content. In your order bump, there are a number of places where you can put your own content. The only thing that's actually required is the checkbox label, but you've got other options as well. You can use these content options to tell customers more about your order bump product, and you can choose which ones you want to use. I'll walk you through them. First, you've got your checkbox label. This is the only place where you absolutely need to add something. The text you add here will show up right next to the checkbox that customers will click to add the offer to their order. It can be something like, "Yes, I'd like to add a yoga mat for $17. Next up is your headline. This one's optional. The headline appears right under your checkbox and the label you just added. It'll use your headline font style, so expect this text to be bigger than your checkbox label. You might use this headline to add your product name and price so it stands out on the page. Now you've got your supporting text, also optional. This is where you can tell customers a little more about your product. Expect this text to be smaller than the headline above. This is a great place for a small pitch, a list of features and benefits, or anything else that encourages customers to add the product to their order. And finally, you can add a supporting image, which is, you guessed it, also optional. If you want, you can upload a picture of your product here. Your image will be added to the bottom of your order bump, below all the copy we just talked about. If you're selling a physical product, this is easy. Just add an image of the product itself. Or you can always use an image that simply represents your product, like the cover of an ebook. Alright, there's one more thing to customize here, your default value. With this option, you can choose if you want this order bump to be checked or unchecked by default when customers land on this form. It's usually best to leave your order bumps unchecked by default because you don't want customers to buy extra products by mistake. But if you want to leave it checked by default, you do have the option. One more step. The only thing left to do now is style your order bump. Just like all the other page elements, you've got a lot of options when it comes to style here. To find these options, click this Style tab. From there, you can choose from any of the preset styles or any of your favorites. Or you can always get into the fine details of your settings and make your buttons look like works of art. To do that, click Edit Style. You can check out our Pages section to learn more about all these styling elements and blocks on Ontraport pages. You can choose where you want your order bump checkmark or supporting image, along with all the standard settings that control your fonts, colors, spacing, and more. There you go. Now you know how to add and customize order bumps on your order forms. By setting this up, you're making it really easy for customers to add smaller related products to their orders. If all goes as planned, it'll help increase the average values of your orders moving forward. Coming up, we'll cover another feature that helps you get the most out of each order: upsells.